All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving headfirst into the world of Finnish healthcare.
Ooh, Finland. Very interesting.
Yeah, and not the kind you're probably thinking of. We're
Or
talking AI.
AI, I like it.
Specifically, how Finland is weaving cutting-edge AI into its healthcare system. You know, you sent us a mountain of material from DigiFinland,
I did.
and let me tell you, they are not messing around.
Oh, really? They're taking it seriously, huh?
Oh, yeah, they're tackling some really big questions, like how to use AI to predict patients' future needs before they even know they need it.
Wow.
Or how about giving doctors real-time support with the absolute latest medical knowledge, like right at their fingertips.
That's what I call cutting edge.
I know, right? It's like something straight out of the future. But you know me, I'm dying to get into the nitty-gritty here.
Well, let's do it.
So where should we even begin?
Well, one of the things that really jumps out from these reports is how focused Finland is on using AI to, reduce the burden on healthcare workers.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Because everybody's facing the same pressures, right?
Yeah.
I mean, staff shortages, the demands are just increasing.
It's
stretch-
like trying to put together a puzzle, but with half the pieces missing.
Exactly.
Right,
So
yeah.
it's like, how do you even begin to address those kinds of problems?
Well, that's what they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But look at this project from Accenture, for example. They're using AI to help assess the needs for kids in the child welfare system.
Okay.
Can you imagine cutting down assessment time by 50%?
Wait, 50%. That's massive. What does that look like in the real world? Are we talking about social workers being able to take on, like, twice as many cases? Or is it more about giving them the space to actually breathe and focus on the individual needs of the kids?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It could free up so much time for those really important face-to-face interactions, the ones that actually make a difference.
Totally.
And it's not even just about paperwork, this company, InnoFactor. They're using AI to streamline administrative tasks across the entire system.
Across the board.
Across the board.
Yeah.
And get this, they're seeing job satisfaction rates actually improve.
No way. Happier healthcare workers, thanks to AI. I never would have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Although I guess it makes sense. Less time bogged down by these tedious tasks means more energy for what matters, right?
Precisely. And then there's the putty. They're working on an AI that can pull together and summarize patient data from all across the healthcare system.
Oh, wow. So instead of doctors and nurses having to scramble around trying to piece together this puzzle of information from a million different places,
A million different faxes and
just have it all right there.
exactly
Concise, easy to understand, no more headaches.
right at their fingertips.
Talk about a game changer. All this is already pretty mind-blowing, but is there anything in here that's really out there, something that just pushes the envelope?
Well, there is this one project that caught my eye from a company called Atapli Europe.
Atapli Europe.
Yeah, they're calling it a treatment method embryo.
A treatment.embryo. Okay, you've got my attention. What is that exactly?
Honestly, the details are a little thin in the material you gave me,
Okay.
but it seems like it's a new type of treatment method that basically helps guide healthcare professionals, particularly those in psychiatric care and rehabilitation.
Interesting.
It almost sounds like they're using AI to actually design the treatment protocol itself.
Wow. Now that is wild. I mean, it sounds incredibly ambitious, but if it works,
It could be revolutionary.
absolutely revolutionary. I guess we'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder what else they'll come up with next.
Right.
But, it's not all about, like, streamlining processes and futuristic treatment methods.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What else are they up to over there in Finland?
Well, they're also really looking at the patient experience.
Okay.
Specifically how AI can be used to make healthcare more, personal and proactive.
Oh, interesting. I have to admit, I didn't see a whole lot about that in this DigiFinland stack.
Okay.
So give me the highlights. What's going on over there?
Well, take a look at Avantech, for instance.
Ovi.
They're using AI to predict the risk of falls in elderly patients.
Wow. That's incredible. So instead of just reacting to a fall after it happens,
Right.
they're trying to prevent it altogether.
Exactly. And think about what that means for someone's quality of life. Not to mention, reducing hospital visits, long-term care costs, all that.
It's huge.
It really is. And, they're not stopping there. Avantech is also using AI to predict mental health risks and even manage remote care for children.
Wow. So it's like they have a crystal ball for healthcare over there, seeing problems before they even arise. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable stuff. And another company, Productivity Leap, is taking this predictive power to a whole other level. They're using AI to predict long-term care needs up to 3 years in advance.
3 years? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, that's next level planning right there. I mean, imagine the possibilities. Families would have so much more time to prepare, I mean, both emotionally and financially.
Exactly.
And the healthcare system itself, I mean, they could allocate resources so much more effectively if they knew what was coming down the pike.
Right.
It's like they're taking all the guesswork out of it.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is.
And yet, with all this talk about algorithms and predictions,
Mm-hmm.
there's still a very strong focus on the human element.
Oh, that's good to hear. I was just thinking, with all this incredible technology, we can't lose sight of that human touch,
Absolutely. And the Finns seem to understand that. Take Go4, for example.
Go for, okay.
They're exploring how AI can help social services better understand and support families.
So even in a field as deeply personal as that, AI can actually play a role in making things a little bit easier, a little bit more human.
Exactly. It's not about replacing human interaction. It's about enhancing it.
I like it.
Another great example is WellPro. They're developing a virtual assistant that provides personalized health advice and motivation.
Oh, so it's like having a tiny AI cheerleader in your pocket, like nudging you toward a healthier lifestyle. I could use one of those, honestly. This is fascinating stuff. Honestly, all this talk about AI and Finnish healthcare makes me want to book a flight and see it all for myself.
I hear you.
But it can't all be smooth sailing, right? I mean, there have got to be challenges when you're talking about integrating AI into something as complex as healthcare. What are they struggling with?
Oh, absolutely. There are always hurdles, especially in uncharted territory like this.
Right.
And one of the biggest ones, not surprisingly, is regulation.
Makes sense.
Take Tolva AI, for example.
Okay.
They're developing a system to try to predict healthcare demand, which sounds incredibly useful, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're pushing for clearer guidelines on using AI in healthcare. So they're not just building the technology.
Interesting.
They're trying to shape the whole landscape.
I like it. It's like they're saying, we're going to build the future, but we also need to make sure we're building it responsibly.
Exactly. And that's crucial in a field as sensitive as healthcare.
Yeah.
We're talking about people's well-being, their lives even.
Absolutely. And speaking of responsibility, what about the ethical side of things? I mean, we're talking about people's health data here, which is about as sensitive as it gets.
It's a huge responsibility.
It is.
And it's something that these Finnish companies seem to be thinking about very carefully.
Okay, good.
Like, take a look at Luid.
Okay.
They've developed this chatbot called Ainoaid, and it's designed to provide support for victims of domestic violence.
Wow. That's an amazing use of technology.
Right.
But I can only imagine the data privacy concerns that come along with something like that.
Exactly. And that's where it gets really interesting, right? How do you balance the potential benefits of AI with the need to protect vulnerable individuals?
It's like walking a tightrope, isn't it?
It really is.
It sounds like Finland is really trying to strike that balance, though.
They are.
At least from everything we've seen in these DigiFinland reports.
I agree.
They're not shying away from the challenges. They're confronting them head on.
It's refreshing to see, actually.
It is. They seem to really get it, that AI isn't just about building cool technology. It's about actually using it to make a difference, a positive difference in the world.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And what's really stood out to me throughout this whole deep dive is the spirit of collaboration.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Well, you have universities, you have companies, you have healthcare providers all working together towards a common goal.
That's amazing. It's like they've created this whole ecosystem of innovation over there.
It's impressive. And the results really do speak for themselves.
Yeah. Who knew Finnish healthcare was so cutting edge? This has been eye-opening.
It has been a fascinating deep dive.
It really has.
Yep.
So where do we go from here? What's next for Finland?
I don't know, but I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. Well, there you have it, folks. Another deep dive in the books. Until next time, stay curious.